Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. And welcome indeed. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Step number 39 along the path with yours truly, Bill Sklodowski, and my partner and friend, Vicki Wagoner, live and direct from Blue Ridge, Georgia, but soon to be on the road. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm still in recovery mode.
Yeah.
I was getting the full diagnosis from Dr. Vicki and Dr. Rick Wagner, who were looking at me carefully through the Zoom camera lens here to see that I'm. And yeah, it's not as red as it has been.
Looking good.
I'm still doing whatever the little eyedroppers I'm doing. I drop two different products 4 times a day.
Ooh.
And I just set an alarm and it just goes off and oh yeah, time for more drops in the eyes.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I had a follow-up visit with my doctor yesterday as we record this. It's not going to get a whole heck of a lot better until they swap out the stuff they put in my eye to help do the healing. So it's just a little insane. That's all. But gonna try and play pickleball later in the week, gently. I know, because Grandma Vicki will yell at me if I overdo it. I know. Yes.
Grandpa Rick will too.
Grandpa Rick will too. I know.
Yeah, he'll get on you real quick.
So it's gonna be interesting to see, because the doctor even said that. He says, now you're good to do everything. Just be careful, because of the one eye being different, the depth perception is going to be a little wonky.
Yes.
So we'll see. If I spend 5 minutes on the pickleball court swinging and missing at things I can't see, I'll just sit down and, have a soda pop and watch my friends play pickleball. It'll be fine. So either way, I am sick and tired of sitting in this apartment.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting old. It's just...
Yeah, it gets old quick.
It's old quick. So anyway, that's my life. So, and you're going to visit grandkids and mom-in-law in Naples, Florida this week. So You'll be on the road traveling. So travel safe out there.
Thank you. And our kids.
And I know.
Kids.
Really forgot about you. Yeah, there's that son and daughter-in-law thing too. I completely forgot about them. Which is weird because I married them. So,
I know you did.
I know. How many years? How long has that been?
Gosh, could it be 20 years, maybe 19, 20?
Probably.
Yeah,
if you don't know how long your kids have been married, that's on you, Grandma.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. I'm lucky I remembered to, I remembered and then I forgot to get on the podcast. So, yeah,
okay.
It's always say 18.
Your granddaughter.
I think it's 19 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
yeah. And the little Tara Reese is, 15.
Right.
On 35.
Time doesn't fly. It travels at supersonic speeds.
Oh my gosh. I know. Oh,
amazing.
Yep.
So anyway, we hope everyone is doing well.
Yes.
No matter where you are and no matter where you are listening, we appreciate it. And know that the new and improved thepracticalpathpodcast.com is in the works. Now that my eyes are to the point where I can work on the computer without, squinting too much.
Yeah.
I want to start working on our new updated website and do that and have some more stuff to put out there and, have Miss Vicki contribute and me contribute and put the podcasts on it and generate some interest and all that sort of a thing. So anyway, what, if anything, has the universe been putting in your attention this week? Any new lessons? Anything popping up? Anything like that?
No, I can't think of anything. How about for you? Well, with your eye, I know that was
patience.
Patience.
Bill's lesson for the last.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be 2 weeks on Thursday, as this podcast comes out on a Wednesday. On a Thursday, on Wednesday or Thursday, I forget. Whenever this podcast come out, it'll be 2 weeks exactly since the surgery. My lesson my learning from the universe has been patience.
Oh, that's a continuing one for me.
And I was texting with a friend about it the other night, and she basically said the same thing that I've always thought. It's like I'm great with patience with other people. Like when I would teach classes, I taught computer classes and I taught pickleball classes back in the day, and for adult education classes. And people always said, "Oh, Bill, you're so patient." Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And now when it's on me, it's
Yeah.
like not so much. And as my other friend texted me, she said, "Yeah, it's like that prayer, right? God grant me patience and grant it to me now."
Now, not, not in 5 minutes. It's
And
like now.
right now.
Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
It's interesting. It's an interesting thing when it's you,
Yes.
and there's nothing you can do to speed things. It's like going to the DMV, right? I mean, you're plan on spending some time there.
Yep.
You're not going anywhere anytime fast. And when you're doing this recovery thing, and I'm sure you had those moments because you had your shoulder rebuilt,
Yes.
basically.
That was a long recovery.
And it's still going. I mean, you're still doing physical therapy for it, right?
Well, I do it at home.
Yeah.
I don't go to the physical therapist, but
Right.
they want me to, they told me to lift weights. It helps,
Right.
strength, but it's just, learning how to, just live with what I got because I can't reach as far as I can with my left hand. So
Aha.
that's a matter of patience is going, why can't I get that up there, or and on and off, my hand's still shaking. That's part of having the surgery. So just being patient. How do you even
Patient.
spell that?
I don't know how you spell. I don't know. We could look it up. We could,
I just have to
ask
go,
Chat
okay,
GPT.
yeah, it's just like, this is what I got. Okay, use your other hand or,
Right.
just, we're all, if my hands are shaking, I'll squeeze them real hard together and that seems to, make it stop. But yeah, it's, it's a long process that I've forever got to be careful what I do. So, which,
I told my doctor the other day when we were having he's typing away on his computer and I'm like, when you have a moment, I have a couple of questions. He's like, go
yeah,
ahead. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, the thing for me was I had the laser cataract surgery 3 years ago.
yeah,
And for better or for worse, when that happened, the results were perfect and immediate. I mean, I
wow,
literally opened my eye the next day. I had they do it a week apart. They do one on one Friday and one on the next Friday, just so they make sure things are going. But for
right,
both eyes, in both cases, surgery on a Friday morning, go home, sleep off the drugs, whatever, wake up the next morning, open your eye, and it's perfect,
yeah.
bright, in focus, clear the whole thing. And I'm like, oh my God, where have what have I been looking at or through for the past 20 years or whatever?
Yeah.
And then when both were done, I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, that's the bad news, because now I go into this procedure and I'm like, oh, I'll wake up the next morning and it'll be great. Not so fast, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some,
Yeah.
there's recovery and there's this and there's that. So anyway, that was I'm not going to say rude awakening, but it was an aha moment where I'm like, oh, this is different. This is
Mhm.
gonna have to wait for this one. Gonna have to, I think last week we made a big discussion out of trust the process, and this
Yes.
is one of those times. So
Mhm.
anyway, for
Yeah.
anybody out there going through changes in life, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, financial, whatever,
Right.
I think our advice, I'm sure that our advice is trust the process. Things will get better. Keep doing your thing.
Yep.
And I was reminded, and I don't know if you reminded me of that or if I read it somewhere, whatever, about the gratitude. Just to be thankful that it's like, okay, we got it, we fixed it. Now it's in the process of healing. Thank you, spirit, angels, God, whoever you choose to thank,
Right.
that this is happening and going along according to plan.
Yeah. That we have that technology. We have that knowledge of being able to do this.
Right.
So, yeah, kind of have to pull up our big girl, big boy pants and go, okay, patience.
Right. Right.
Because that's all you can do. You just got to be really careful and just be patient. And, you know, when you look back on it, it feels like a blink of an eye, not to be,
Right.
it's while you're going through it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Yet you look back and you go, wow, that went really fast. And thank goodness there's that technology that I keep my eye or keep my
Right.
shoulder, or whatever it is. Being
And really, how much of life is like that? I mean, a lot of it, I shouldn't say
all
all.
of it.
A lot of life is like in the
Mhm.
moment, it's kind of like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's like, you're going to be driving tomorrow. You're going to be driving from
Oh, yes.
Georgia down to visit your kids in South Florida. And, it's like, all right, 3, 4, 5 hours into the drive, you're starting to be like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? I know. But it's the same in life with almost everything. It's like, I'm waiting for something to bake in the oven. I'm waiting for something for traffic to clear. I'm waiting for the doggone line at the grocery store. And then you look back on it and you go, it was just a second or two. It was
Yeah, yeah. No, patience.
patience.
Now, if I know how to spell it, I may be able to do it.
Today's word, this is like the old Sesame Street. Today is brought to you by the letter P, and that stands for patience.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I know, right? That's just,
Watched a few of those over the years.
I'll bet you did. I'll bet you did. Yeah, that's awesome. I was, I actually had time today to look at some of a lot of I was not going to say what's going on out there. Anyway, I found a couple of great quotes of things
Oh,
that,
cool.
of stuff to talk about. And it's like, yeah, there's so much cool stuff going on out there these days. I don't know.
Mm.
I think it's because I had the moment to actually look at my email for the starters this morning. Normally I get up and I'm like, oh my God, I got to be on with Vicki in 5 minutes. And you were the one that was late today.
Yes,
Amazing
I
how that worked.
was.
It's all right. No worries. So I got an email from our friends at Hay House, which is Louise Hay. Of
Mhm.
course, she's gone, but she started a business, Hay House Publishing,
Right.
and they are a publisher, a podcast. They're a media company. They do a
Ah,
lot of stuff, a lot of
they're
great stuff.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Yep.
And of course, she had the smarts to start a company. Well, maybe it was one of those things that nobody wanted to publish her book, so she said, "I'll do it myself." Maybe that's.
Could be.
I don't know
Yep.
that story, but long story short, I'm on their mailing list, and I got an email about a brand new book that is coming out. And the name of the book is called "Forgive Everyone and Everything."
Oh,
Right, by Elena Van Zant. Van Zant. Oh, Van Zant. That was a rock
oh,
star. Ronnie Van
yeah.
Zant. He was I forget which band he was in. But anyway, So the build up is an interesting one, and I'd like to. They actually give you some guidelines for forgiveness.
Mm.
And are you holding on to things you wish you had done differently? Well, I think we all have
We all
something that
do.
we wish we had done differently. The words you wish you had not sent, or the ones that you did. So many of us are walking through life weighted down by guilt and shame and self judgment that plays on a loop over and over in our heads. There you
Mhm.
go.
Yep.
So, anyway, the new book by Elenia Van Zant recognizes nothing in life causes more pain and suffering than the judgments we hold about and against ourselves.
Yes.
And I've talked about this on the show probably many times, but just a brief thing on that again. My mother, unfortunately for her, had a life that she blamed herself for some. Now, she lost her son, my brother,
Mhm.
at a young age. She lost her husband. I mean, my father died at 90. He, was fine. But it didn't matter that she always thought and spoke of how she should have done more, should have done this, should.
Yeah.
So I'm very I'm very aware of this about how nothing in life causes more pain and suffering than the judgments we hold about and against ourselves.
Yes. Yep.
Forgiveness is the key. It's how we reclaim the energy that has us stuck in the past. It's how we move forward and with an aim toward peace and personal power. I love that. Okay. So
Yes.
I'm sure that's something, I'm not sure, but I'm going to ask you. I'm sure that's something that you deal with your clients and customers a lot,
Mhm. Yes. And I've had to deal with it myself. I've had to look
right?
at things for myself. Yes, absolutely. It's like carrying a bag of garbage on your shoulder. It's like, why am I doing this? Why are you doing this? Not you, but like people
No,
out
I
there.
understand. Yeah.
Why are you carrying this? Put it down, look at it. What did you learn from it? How can you grow from it? Why are you taking that full responsibility for somebody else's actions?
When people come to you, of course, they're already on the path of saying they want something better. So I appreciate that. I do.
Right.
And I know that when you have somebody sitting in front of you or on the phone or whatever, that they're already open. They've already made the leap that we talk about on the
Yeah.
show a lot, which is there's got to be somewhere that moment of that aha moment where
Yes.
you're like, you know what? This ain't working for me.
Yep.
How do people come to that? I mean, it's going to be different for everybody. I recognize
It,
that, but
it, it gets to the point where it gets so heavy and you get so burdened down and it's like you can't move, you can't think, you can't, do anything. And so it's like you're up against the wall and you go, okay, I can stand here and, stare at the wall, or I can turn around and go, why am I carrying this? And look at the truth of, is it really something that you did or something that perceive that you did? Or can you look at it from the perspective of, there are people, that in your life that have caused you, anguish and hurt and pain.
mhm,
You got to look at, why are you allowing it? Why are you still carrying it? Why don't you just sit down with that person and go, listen, we need to have a talk.
right,
Or, like you say, I work with people, and because I've been through so much in my life, people can feel that and sense that, and they feel comfortable just letting it out. What I call it, I know it sounds gross, but it's almost like energetic vomit.
that's
You've got to
okay.
get rid of it.
Right,
And
right,
so, and I'm very kind and very, but I'm also very strong and very straightforward and go, I hope you're okay with this, is, why are you carrying this bullshit?
right,
It's not even yours and you're just
exactly,
claiming it. Why? And I had to do that for myself.
right,
With my dad. It's like, why, he did this to me and I'm acting like I'm the one, that did it to him. And it's like, wait a minute, because you get brainwashed. You can get
right.
brainwashed with this. And that's part of the problem is people just hear it enough and enough and enough and get blamed for it that they claim it as their own.
And it sounds like there's a bit of self brainwashing in this too, like you
Yes,
said, and like
absolutely.
this email just said, it's kind of playing on that loop, that infinite loop in your head
Round and around and
over and over and over again. And if you
yes.
hear something often enough,
Oh, you begin to
if you're
believe it.
if you're into politics at all, you know this
Oh,
story. That if somebody says something over and over often enough, even if it's a lie, that you go, oh, well, I've heard it 1,000 times. It must be true.
must be true.
And that's especially, to me, it sounds especially true, important, powerful, all
Hmm.
those things for yourself, the things you tell yourself.
Yeah, the stories we listen to, the stories that we buy into, the stories that we repeat over and over again, and also recognizing this goes back to childhood. So it's your inner child who is
Right.
carrying these stories over and over and over again. Because we're being an adult, we should be able to look at the bigger picture of things and put the pieces together and go, wait a minute, this was projected onto me. Why am I carrying it? This is your stuff. But a lot of people are afraid to look at it. They don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Well, how are your feelings? You know,
Right. Right. And I
but
get that. There's a lot of um for lack of a better word, martyrdom out there where
absolutely
people are more concerned about not hurting someone else's feelings as opposed to taking care of themselves.
right. Absolutely. And that's our big downfall is we're taught, be nice to everybody, don't, rock the boat or do any of this. Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to, because why are you carrying this around it? We're just hurting ourselves. We're minimizing ourselves and we're judging ourselves and we criticize ourselves because we got brainwashed, which I feel it is. It's brainwashing. You're brainwashed into believing these big people that you look up to, they must know everything. Well, you know what? Guess what? They got little people inside of them that are why they're projecting it onto you because they don't want to handle it. They don't know how to handle it. They don't have courage or strength or, love for themselves to go, wait a minute. Let's look at the bigger picture.
We are all repeating our programming,
Hmm.
and it just goes back through the generations. I mean,
Absolutely. It just,
it's crazy how that, well, it's not crazy. Like you said, it's brainwashing, how that perpetuates itself.
yeah.
I mean, if I don't, if I bought a computer 20 years ago and I never upgraded it, I never changed anything, it
Mhm.
will still work. I will turn it on and there will be, Windows 95 still running on this computer. I'm a computer guy. I think in those terms. It's like, does it work? Yes. Does it function? Yes. Is it as good as it can be? Oh, hell no.
No.
It's running on 20-year-old technology or whatever.
Right.
If it's Windows 95, it's 30-year-old technology. I can do the math. But so yeah, but the challenge is that it's up to us to do the upgrading or
Yes,
to recognize, oh gee, this isn't
absolutely.
really working anymore. Maybe I should do
Yep.
something about it.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
There's a and you even use the line. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, but there's a movie called The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and John Wick. What's his name? Keanu Reeves is this young lawyer. It's Keanu Reeves before he was super famous, but he's pretty
Oh,
famous in the movie.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're both lawyers, and Al Pacino is literally the devil
Oh,
playing a lawyer. Go figure.
yeah.
But he has a line in the movie where he basically yells at the young kid. He goes, "Guilt! It's a freaking bag of bricks. Just put it down." And I'm
Absolutely.
like, wow, he had
That's
some
what
spicy
it is.
language to go with it, but it was
Yeah.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
exactly that thing that it's like we carry this stuff around until we wonder, why is my back breaking
Hmm.
energetically,
Energetically.
spiritually, emotionally?
Right.
Why am I in such pain when the answer to all of the rest of us is pretty obvious?
Yes. Absolutely.
So put it down, folks. Just put it down.
You
All right.
have to put
So
it down.
three things in
Hmm.
from this book on forgiveness.
Okay.
Forgive yourself for thinking. Forgive yourself for judging. Forgive yourself for believing.
Yes.
And a few questions to go with each. And a lot of it is in your own head.
Oh, yeah.
So the author phrases it as that kind of a statement. And again, I love it's not a question, it's a statement. I know
Yes.
Vicki is a big fan of statements.
Oh, yeah.
I forgive my mind for thinking I should be blank.
Yep.
I forgive my mind, my brain, because my brain is the one where this tape is running. I
Oh,
forgive my mind for
yeah.
thinking I should be blank. I forgive my mind for thinking I should not be blank. Obviously goes without saying, right? And then another one, I forgive my mind for thinking I am blank and am not blank. So
Yes.
fill in the blank. What are you thinking that's not supportive? What are you thinking that's not helpful? And it's time to forgive that. It's time to, and well, you tell me, Ms. Vicki, when I say forgive my mind, what does that mean for you? How does that work?
For me, because I've had to do this quite a bit in my life to get to this point, is looking at that person and going, they're operating from their little child. So what happened to their little child?
You're
How
talking about the person that gave me this belief.
gave me this belief? So I look at, having compassion for that little person inside, male or female, that bought into somebody else's story that was projected onto them. And I have the courage, the strength, the wisdom, the love for myself to look at the bigger picture of it and go, wow, life must have been really hard for them.
Mm.
So, and here I am looking at it, forgiving it, and I'm able to put it down and to start moving forward.
And that's the process of forgiveness. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to say, oh, I forgive you. What does that mean? Well, like you said, it's recognizing where that belief that I have came from, why I have it.
Mhm.
Now, what do I do now that I know those things, now that I can fill in those blanks, what can I do with that information?
Show
Yeah,
compassion, show
right.
forgiveness. Actually, if they're willing, help them to look at their own selves, go within their own selves and be a guide for them. Be supportive and help them see, all the good things in their life versus all the things, the garbage, the baggage that they carry. Put it down.
Right.
What good things do you do? Look at the positive things.
Right.
The things that make you happy, that you're very good at, and it's never going to go away. It's always going to be like a shadow that follows us. Yet the more you look at it and the more you can offer love and compassion and understanding and forgiveness, I forgive you for, what you did because really you're just this little kid that looked at what somebody else put on you and you've been carrying for all these years, So I forgive you for not understanding that that's where it started.
Right.
So
Right.
just,
And then, which is the next piece of it, which is I forgive myself, and the judging part. I forgive
yeah.
myself for judging myself as
Oh, yeah.
or as not.
Yeah, oh,
I forgive
yeah.
myself for judging myself for the things that I did or things that I did not do.
Right.
And then I forgive myself for believing
Mhm.
myself to be or not to be or not to be, little Shakespeare there. And I
Right.
forgive myself for believing that something or believe or not believing that something. So, but it's all, I mean, all of these questions, and again, it's each one is a pair, should be, should not be, I'm this, I'm
Right.
not that, whatever, I get it. But it's all the things that we think, judge, and believe. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
basically that's what it
Oh,
comes down to.
oh, definitely.
Yeah. Like I recognize this in myself. I need to choose to. I know Vicki would say you don't need, you want to choose, I choose to forgive myself for thinking I should be fully recovered, back in my full 100% vision and all that. I forgive myself for that. I just didn't know. I didn't know that it would be this long of a process, that I wouldn't have immediate results like I did with my previous procedure. I get it. Fine.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. So I forgive myself for judging myself for not losing a few more pounds. That's
And so,
another one.
and then
That's
now,
another topic.
but now, what are you going to fill it up with?
Right.
I choose now to, and whatever. So you've always got to, so recognize the negative or, the hurt or whatever it is, yet you always have to put a positive onto it so that
Mm,
that's your new focus.
Oh, I like that. Let's talk more about that because it is important that you just
Oh, yes.
well, can you, and I already know your answer, so I'm going to say, can I just forgive myself? But actually, yeah, but it's better if you have something to fill it with, right? To fill the hole,
Well, to fill the hole
right?
and to set a goal, set a, a dream or a wish or,
Right.
you know, something that you positive, something positive. And it doesn't have to be like, 500 pounds of positive. It could be, like 1 ounce, something so that you start shifting
Right.
everything else that you've been through. You start shifting, letting it go and shifting into being positive, to being uplifting, to being, empowering.
I like it. I do. It's like, I mean, like fixing anything else. I mean, if I go out to the garden, not that I have a garden, if I went out to the garden and I started pulling weeds, I'm going to have some holes in the ground. And that, like,
Right.
okay, that looks like hell. Why not? Let's put some flower seeds in there or flowers in there and let's replace the weeds with the flowers or whatever I'm
Exactly.
growing, my
Yeah.
strawberries or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, it's like you said, taking that newly freed up space
Right.
and putting something positive into it
Exactly.
so that it not only gets rid of the old junk but replaces it with something positive.
Right, because if that's moved out, what are you focusing on? You're focusing on the positive, on the good, and being proud of yourself that, wow, look at I was able to release that. Now by my choice, I'm filling it up with all the good things that I want to put into it.
Exactly.
And it's with relationships, it's like you release a relationship and yet you go, okay, what did I learn from it? How can I grow from it? Maybe it wasn't the right person yet. I can always learn from it. So
Right.
it's giving a new perspective of now what is it that I want to bring into my life with a relationship or a job or whatever it is,
Oh, sure. It applies to everything, all
everything.
aspects of life.
Oh,
It
everything.
doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is you're working to prune out old beliefs
Yeah,
that no longer serve you. It's with
right.
everything. Like you said, relationship, job, money, energy, physical stuff. It's all the
Everything.
same.
Everything. Yeah,
How you do what is that? As above, so below. How you do anything is how you do everything.
everything.
That's a
Yes.
that's a hard one for me. Because
Why? Because think of it as when you're happy, your
right,
energy is higher, your attitude is better. You start manifesting, you bring in whatever you put out, you're going to be bringing it back. So that's really important. And I think that's what, people need to focus on is not what happened to them, yet how can they take that, turn it around, and use it to boost them into a new opportunity, a new beginning.
the next thing, right.
Right.
Well, not even the next thing, just yeah, no, I like what you said. The opportunity, the whatever is coming, the whatever you choose, and do it in a way that is um what's the word intentional is the word I want. Do
Yes.
it in a way that's intentional so that
Yes.
you're not just coasting around going, oh, I wonder what happens next. No, I'm focused on this good thing,
Yes.
and that's what I want next in my life, in my,
Yeah.
like you said, relationship, financial life, health life, whatever life, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everything that we do, and we focus on it being positive and learning from the lessons of if something happens in our life, how can we learn from it? How can we turn it into a gift and now move it forward? And what I love, because of what I love to do, is that changed my life around so I could now reach out to other people that needed the same thing, feeling lost or hurt or, been abused. I can talk to them in that language, yet I also am able to go, hey, you have all these new beginnings. Shift it, look a little bit deeper, shift it, and then move forward. You've got all these opportunities. The past is the past. You learn from it, you grow from it, now move forward.
We talked a little bit last week about exactly this, and we're coming up on break time, but I'll just finish by saying we did talk a little bit last week about the whole time travel thing. You
Oh,
know, you
yes.
can be
Yeah.
you can be living in this moment. Very
Hmm.
few people do because
Right.
they're either focusing their attention on perceived problems in the past.
Right.
Did this, again, all those things we judge ourselves for. We just
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about the judging part.
Hmm.
or we're thinking ahead to problems that haven't even shown up yet and probably won't, but we're thinking about them in the future.
Right.
So we're stuck in the past. We're projecting ourselves into an unknown future rather than living in this moment, in this life right now, and making the damn best of this.
Yes. And being thankful we're alive to do it.
Right?
And when we have the love for ourselves, the courage, the strength, the ability, to look at things from that higher perspective, it's quite a gift. And we all have it. It's
Right.
believing and trusting it.
Right. It's a matter of sometimes it needs to be unearthed
Yeah.
in people. I mean,
Polished
we all
up.
do. I mean, yeah, we I was going to say in some people, but no, I think in all of us. I think we have that tendency
Mhm.
to focus on negative stuff, and yeah, it's not
Yeah.
necessary. All right, cool. And I know that that's something that you help. That is your like specialty of helping people to see the bigger perspective and all that. If somebody were interested in learning a little bit more about what you do, or maybe getting some personalized help on that, how would they get in touch with you?
Call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
There you go. And of course, we always talk about yours truly solving the world's technical problems.
I'm one of your biggest fans.
I'm going to make another video. I just last night saw yet another scam email
Oh,
about, and they're all falling into the same category of things that it's like, we've just processed your payment for some monstrous amount of money, $349.79 for
yeah.
this thing. And if that's not right, call us. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously? Folks, those are all scams.
Yes.
Please don't ever fall for that stuff. There's my technical tip for the day for our friends.
Oh, definitely. I get a lot of those. I get a lot of that, and I go, I don't think so, buddy.
I
But
don't think so. I don't. All right. More good stuff in a minute. Go refill your coffee, and we will be right back. And welcome back. This is The Practical Path, the podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And this is step number 39 along the path. And we've been talking about forgiving yourself for built-in judgments and beliefs and things like that that you may have been carrying around with you.
yes,
Yeah, that's a good one.
probably very early age.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before, that's something that you and I both have experience with, because I'm in this core health group that we use the kinesthetics, the energy measuring for that
Yes.
sort of thing.
Mhm.
And when we talk to people about where their beliefs came from, it's not so important to know that they have. I mean, we assume that they have them. It's not a matter of do you have this or don't you. Everybody has this. Everybody.
Right. Yeah.
In
Mhm.
some form or another. And it's
Mhm.
always a matter of when did it start? Well, 5, 6, 7 years old, or what. It's like clockwork. It's amazing to see that you were given a belief by somebody you trusted, and you
Yeah.
have carried it with you for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You have carried this belief with you, and it
Yeah.
may or may not, and it usually is not,
Right.
serving you very well.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to I found a great article, and again, we've kind of latched onto this concept of finding good blog posts and articles and sharing them with our listeners and all that, and then putting our spin on it as well. And this one is actually was originally appeared in the Washington Post, which I don't know if if you like that sort of thing or not, but it's not anything political, so don't hold that against us. Your brain, this is the headline. Your brain is biased to negativity. Here's how to be more positive.
Ooh. Okay.
And I have my own little story on that is the same. I was in I was a reporter and in the news business for many,
Oh,
many years.
yeah.
That was my career.
Yep.
And people would always, not always, but people who noticed would ask me, Bill, why is it that when I turn on the 6 o'clock news at night, it's always murder, mayhem, traffic wrecks, plane crashes, whatever?
Hmm.
Why isn't there, quote, good news on the
Yeah.
news? And the simple answer is the bad news sells. And what does that mean? The bad news gets your attention. We are, us humans, and this I've heard this and I believe this and I know it to be true. It's my and this article will back it up. That we are as humans hardwired to more quickly recognize and process something quote unquote dangerous or
Mm.
something the bad news. And why
Yeah.
is that? Well, when I was a caveman, if I was a caveman and I heard my partner, my spouse, well, partner, nobody got married back then, say something nice, okay, great. But if I heard something outside and I'm like, is that a saber-toothed tiger? Am I about to be
Yeah.
eaten?
Yeah.
That got your attention. That's because
Oh.
nice things, nice. Bad things, eat you. So being humans and any critter is like this. Any animal is hardwired to recognize the threats in their environment because the prime directive is stay alive.
Yes.
For
True.
anybody, anywhere,
Okay.
anytime, stay
Okay.
alive.
Yeah.
If I'm walking down a dark alley, I'm way, way more engaged. I'm way, way more paying attention
Right.
than I
Yeah.
am walking through the park on a Saturday afternoon.
You're right. Yes.
My prime directive as a living organism is to stay alive. It's
Yes.
hardwired into us. There's nothing you're going to do to change it. So anyway,
Yeah.
why is that? How does that affect the news? That affects the news because it plays on that. It plays on that hardwiring in our mind. Oh, this
Yeah.
is bad. You better pay attention. Oh, I will.
Yeah.
That's why your brain, my brain, everybody's brain is, as the article says, biased toward negativity. Now,
Well, that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Now, here's the problem, of course, is that not everything these days is a saber-toothed tiger getting ready to eat us. In fact, I might go as far as to say nothing is, but there are some things that require more attention than others. I
Yes.
get that,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
So the article says, what a great day at work. Your coworker brought in chocolate chip cookies and shared them with you. What a bad day at work. One of your teammates said something negative about a report that you published. As the day goes on, what are you more likely to dwell on? You're more likely to dwell on the negative than the act of kindness.
Yeah.
Negative events feel more psychologically intense than positive ones, thanks to a
Yes.
cognitive tendency called negativity bias. And I just gave you the
Yeah.
50,000 foot view of negativity bias, which is
Right.
exactly
Right.
it evolved over time as
Oh,
like us humans. That's just who we are. That's just what we do. Okay.
yeah.
So they go into all the science of it. I could care less. I know that it's my mind saying that might be a saber-toothed tiger. You better be careful. Now, some people, it does say that, according to this researcher, there is a wide variety in the range of negativity bias from person to person. Since the bias may be an evolutionary adaptation, as we just said, natural
Mhm.
selection variations lead to differences, of course. Now,
Right.
research shows that on average, and I'm sorry, ladies, I have to bring this to you. This is science, so this is not Bill being a jerk. Research shows that on average, women tend to have stronger negativity bias as shown by more intense reactions in studies. Oh, what
Oh,
a surprise. No
okay.
kidding. Okay. Yeah, males exhibit a smaller negativity bias, possibly encouraging more risk-taking activities. And if you've had a young son versus daughter, you know what I'm talking about.
Two of them. Yeah.
There's a great Facebook image or on Twitter, I don't remember, but it's this little boy, and I mean 5 or 6 years old, standing on a skateboard at the top of this really big hill. And it's like, this is why boys need strong mothers.
Probably my kids.
Maybe so. Maybe
Oh my
so.
God.
Right? I get it. Right. Now, Negativity bias can sometimes be useful. Researchers say negative feelings do contain important information.
Hmm,
Okay. So,
okay.
how to manage all of this? Now, research shows that once people think about negative information, that way of thinking about it tends to stick in your minds and resists subsequent attempts to change. Well, we know that. It's you have a negative thought in your brain, it's on that loop, it's playing over and over.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We
Yep.
understand that. Knowing about this simply won't fix it. However, we are able to channel the negativity. This sounds like a Miss Vicki thing. We are able to channel the negativity into some kind of productive action, trying to
Yes.
balance, not substitute negativity, even with a simple measure such as going for a walk. It's important to do both. Balance, we're talking about. If you
Hmm.
just lean into the information contained in the negative and try to use it to motivate yourself, you can do it, but it won't work for long. You will burn out. You need to be adding some positivity. Wow, what did we just talk about 15 minutes ago?
I know.
Backed up by science, looked like that. Try to switch your attention to something more positive. So researchers say they often see people mired in negativity when they express the problem they're having. They're using language like everything is awful, or it's the worst it's ever been, or this is a complete disaster. We hear that all the time, right?
Well, I might have said a few of those.
When our brains default to the negative, we could try to actively shift our attention to something else because
Hmm.
attention, and this is true, as anybody who's done anything with social media knows, attention is the most valuable thing there is. Money is easy. Attention is hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Attention
Yes.
is your greatest superpower as well. So, for example, if you've stewed over a belief that your husband can't do anything right simply because he forgot to take out the trash bins one night, you might correct your bias by remembering that he did do the laundry last week, or he did mow the lawn, or he did take care of the kids while you were out, or something like that. It says we have to start noticing because there is good everywhere around us, but we
Yeah.
are often blinded to it by our negativity bias. Love that.
Yep.
Make
Yep.
and this and we have talked about this on the show so many times, and I love seeing it in print every
Yeah.
time I find it. Here's a positive step. Make gratitude a habit.
Yes.
Say more.
Absolutely.
Say
Yeah.
more.
Hmm. Wow.
Set a time each day to write down a handful of things for which you are grateful. Naming what you appreciate is helping to train your brain into a new habit. Yes, it's hard at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, the more
Mhm.
automatic it becomes. And it can and has been shown to substantially boost people's well-being.
Yes.
And I know you talk about that with your clients and all the
Yeah.
time, and I see it everywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, I shouldn't say everywhere, but I do see it often as I read self-help books and personal development stuff like that as well. To just
Right.
to have it to write it down is that's
Yeah.
interesting. I just had a flashback of my old radio career. And again, we were talking how I was a reporter
Hmm.
and a broadcaster for years and years and years. And our boss, when we would come up, our old friend BJ Odom and I, when we were
Yes.
doing our morning show and we would come up with a contest or we would come up with a daily trivia question or whatever, the boss would always say, name it. Give it a name so that every day we can say, time now for BJ and Bill's trivia or whatever.
Right.
Does a few things. It when you name something, it
Mhm.
gives you ownership of it. That's the
Yeah.
easy answer. But I would say when it comes to writing down the gratitude things, you're doing basically the same thing. You're naming it.
Yes.
I'm grateful that, you know, my husband took out the trash. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. Think of something small and silly or something big. It doesn't matter.
Right. Right.
When the act of naming it, when you write it down, kind of cements it a little better into your brain.
Oh,
Yes?
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a statement. It's
Right.
right there. It's black and white. You got to
Right.
look at it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we overlook sometimes. Well, I know for a fact we overlook the simple stuff so much.
Oh, yeah.
That concept of naming something like that, of writing it down, it's like I could do that, but I got it. I understand. I know. No, you don't. Write it down.
Write it down. And you're right. We take so much for granted. I was just thinking, I woke up this morning. How wonderful is that? You know, but we don't think of that. We just get up and go, oh, I got to do the dishes. I got
Right.
to, da, 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 da. But you're right. It's that simple thing of, oh, thank goodness I woke up this morning.
My
And then,
vision is getting better every day. Thank goodness for that. I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that.
yes,
My doctor
absolutely.
said you're doing fine.
And
Right.
that's, yeah, because there's often that doesn't, get said.
Right. 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 Couple of other ideas. Connect with other people in constructive ways. Sometimes when we are ruminating, I love that word, ruminating on negative stuff, we get very self-focused.
Yes.
Finding ways to help others this can be a shortcut to breaking out of self-focus, helping other people, helping ourselves, etc. It makes us feel better. On a broader scale, people can channel negative feelings into positive actions. We can use them to say, this is a problem. Who else might be having this problem? What other friends, family, whatever? How can I connect with them?
Hmm.
Not to dump on them, but maybe and this is me talking, not the article, but
Okay.
I'm just thinking out loud. In that process of sharing
Hmm.
the challenge that you're going through, maybe somebody will say, "Oh,
Right.
I did that. Here's what I did. It worked great." Great.
Right.
It gives you the opportunity to share it. And
Right.
what do they always say? A burden shared is easier to I don't know, there's some cliche there. I don't remember it. It's not important. But yeah, you get just the idea of getting more input, more ideas on how you might handle your problem, your issue,
Right.
your challenge.
Yeah.
Such a big thing to be able to find help for that and to know, oh, I'm not alone with this. This is not.
Yes.
I've seen that a few times in my life with people, and
Mhm.
I'm like, really? You have that moment where you're like, yeah, I don't think so. Where somebody says, oh, this I'm having this problem, and nobody else is going through what I'm going through. Really? Really?
Mm.
I'll bet, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and it's been 10,000 years. So I'll bet you somebody else has had that problem. Yeah.
I think that's an opportunity to get attention.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
What an interesting thing to say. I mean, and because my mind automatically goes to the social media of the day. And
Hmm.
yes, a lot of times, most of the time, you see people living their best life. And we've had whole shows talking about that, where it's
Right.
like, oh, look, I'm on vacation. Oh, look, my new car, my new puppy, my new baby, my whatever. And yes, you're right. The other thing happens too, where some people will post, oh, who the hell? I'm sorry. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say it right now. Who the hell posts selfies in a hospital bed?
Oh, uh,
Haven't you seen them? Haven't you seen?
no,
No,
no. What channel are you on?
I don't know. I'm on Twitter/X,
Oh, okay.
Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all of them. I don't know, but I've seen these, and I'm like,
Oh,
A, who the hell cares?
yeah.
B, I mean, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little ranty here. I'm getting a little rant. And it's funny because when I had my eye surgery, of
Yeah.
course,
Mm.
you end up, it's like, okay, all the clothes come off except for your underwear. You wear this quote, and I'm doing the air quote, one size fits all hospital gown. And you know how big Bill is. One size fits all. Yeah, that's BS. But anyway, all right. They take everything gets packed away. Your shoes, your socks, your shirt, everything gets packed away so that when you come out of surgery, it's waiting for you. The
Waiting for
only
it.
thing they let you keep is your phone because you're there lying in bed
Uh-huh.
waiting for the anesthetics to kick in, waiting for the doctor to finish his, you're waiting to be wheeled down to the operating room.
Right.
So they leave you your phone. And literally the nurse comes in and she didn't ask if I wanted to take my picture, but I kind of made a little comment about, look, if they leave you your phone, I can take pictures of this great experience. And she's like, yeah, hashtag surgery. I'm like, oh my God, is that a thing?
Oh,
And I'm like, wait, you're not kidding. People really do that. And
oh
again,
my gosh.
all what back to Vicki says. It's It's attention. Attention is the most valuable thing.
Yeah.
Attention is, and it doesn't matter if I'm getting it for the fact that I just won the lottery or the fact that I was just in a car wreck. You get attention,
Yes.
we feel, and this is this is the word of the decade, validation.
Yes.
We need to do a whole show on validation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, one of these
more
days we will.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little research on that and see what we
Yeah.
can come up with.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been ranting here for 5 minutes. What
That's fine.
validation? What do you see that with people? Do you see that with your clients? Do you see? I mean, how does that show up for you?
Well, sometimes it'll show up that, I just want to be validated. I want to be seen and honored, and which, I do. I'm here. I'm
Right.
here looking at you, and there's no one else here. Yeah, I think again, it goes back to childhood. I know I do this a lot, but I really feel very strongly things go back to childhood. So, how was that child validated? How was that child honored or loved or respected? If you need to get validation when you're in your, 30s, 40s, and 50s, 60s, 70s, well, you don't have a lot of self-esteem, self-worth.
Mm,
And that gets, when you're little, that gets built in, by all the good things you do and the positive things and, you know, supporting and encouraging. So I feel when people need to be validated, I feel they're very insecure
mm,
and that they've never fully got seen or acknowledged.
right. Right.
And when
And
I,
something
yeah.
we've talked about on this show to the point of exhaustion. And I know because I've heard you say it now for 25 years, and that is it all comes down to self-worth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There, I mean, peel away those onion layers or whatever you
Mhm.
choose for any kind of, not any kind, I mean, but for personality or, issues, energetic,
Right.
spiritual personality, stuff like that, self-worth.
Yes. Do you love
Unbelievable. Not
yourself?
unbelievable. It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Do you honor yourself? Are you, taking care of yourself? How do you perceive yourself? And yes, when we're little, we try to get it from these big people,
Sure.
yet we've got to recognize that somewhere along the line, we have to look in the mirror. And, how I always say, you go into the bathroom in the morning and you look in the mirror, you're looking at your own best friend.
Right.
You're looking at the person that you need to take care of, to love, to support, to honor, to have that self-worth about.
I
And
had I had a vision and a memory of if you ever go to the pool on a Saturday afternoon and the little kid is on the diving board, what is he doing? Mom, 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 look, look, look. Yeah. A lot of us are still doing that in one
oh yes,
form or another.
like look at me, look at me, look at
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pay
Now,
attention.
of course, when you're 5, 6, 7, okay, I get it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like what a brave kid. What a good job, Susie. Good job, Johnny. Whatever. I understand.
right. Yeah,
But like you said, there needs to come a point, and I guess most people don't have that. There's no moment where they flip the switch
right,
and go, oh, okay, now it's on me.
right. Yeah.
It is something you do get to learn over. Hopefully, you learn over time, but some people don't.
They don't because they're always looking to somebody else for validation. They're always looking to go, look at me, look at me. Well, look within your own self, love and respect yourself, honor yourself. Do things because it makes you feel good, not because you're trying to impress somebody and get attention. So when somebody does that, like I say, that goes back to childhood. They didn't have it then where they felt good about themselves. They were praised and encouraged and, supported.
Hmm.
So you can do that really easily with yourself and go, even to go, wash the dishes. Oh, wow, I washed the dishes and I put them away. Simple things like that, going up to, oh, I went into work today and I solved this problem and everything, ran well.
Right.
It's the tiny things to the big things. They all matter.
Yes.
They all
Yes.
matter. And I think a lot of people miss out on that. And that's why they say, oh, look at me, and they, jump around and, make noise and, want to get attention because they don't have that within themselves to go, I'm enough.
Mm,
I'm enough of who I am. I love myself. I respect myself. I know who I am. I know my good things. I know, some of the bad things.
right.
And here I am on my own.
Yeah,
best-
I'm okay with all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I mean, to me, that's the important part, is the being okay with it. Is, yes, I
You
realize I am a human. I have my flaws. We all do. I get
all
it.
do.
Whatever. I don't need to be perfect or Superman or Supergirl or whatever. Then, and so, yeah, you can, all of that, you can
Yep.
still take good care of yourself, as flawed and imperfect as we all are.
We all are.
We all are. I love it.
What in you shines. Focus on that.
Right. Right.
And just
And
and
be
it's
willing to celebrate that. You know, I just
separate.
here's you know what I thought? I thought was, you were talking about all that stuff, the way we take care and validate and all of our for ourselves. I'm like, take yourself out to dinner to a nice restaurant by yourself.
Mhm.
Ever do that? That's hard. Not hard. It's you. I'm one of those people, like, I would never think to do that. Why would I do that? I normally need to go with somebody. No, take yourself. See how that feels.
Oh yeah. It's fine, and then being by yourself, going,
Right.
wow, I'm treating myself, I'm supporting myself, I've got this.
Mm-hmm.
Food. I'm just looking around, enjoying,
Yes.
the entertainment of other people out there. I love watching other people. Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite things. So
Right.
when I go into coffee houses, and just,
Right.
get a cup of coffee and watch the people, I just think it's so much fun. I'm comfortable with me. I love being with other people, but I'm very comfortable being with me. I mean,
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I've driven up to New York State, driven to Florida by myself,
Right.
because I have family up in New York State.
Right.
But I feel very strong in who I am. And I know that I have a vulnerability, I'm female and that's a vulnerability, but yet I just go, it's just kind of fun just doing this, doing my thing. I don't have to worry about, somebody else being with me because you always want to make sure you take care of the other
Right.
person. I just be me. So I'm very comfortable.
I I think that's our advice. That's our homework for the week or whatever, and that is, be comfortable. Be comfortable in who you are in all the different levels, like mentally, physically, emotionally, and all of that. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm not perfect. I get it, but yet I'm comfortable with who I am, and I support myself in who I am. I love that. I do. If somebody
Absolutely.
would like some help with that sort of a thing, Miss Vicki, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
And as always, you can find my stuff on YouTube. Just do a search
Yes.
for Bill's iPhone Tips on YouTube and find us there. All of this information, of course, on the show notes, wherever you get your podcasts, at whether it's Apple Podcasters. We're on all of them. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music. We're on all those things. So wherever you happen to be listening to this, we thank you and would encourage you to leave a nice 5-star review. And I'll also post the link to the article that we talked about
Yeah,
negativity bias and all that on the Facebook page and all that.
right.
That starts, yes, that'll start this week. That'll be great. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So you're traveling. Safe travels to you.
Thank you.
Tell the kids I said hi.
I will. Yeah, I'm going to Naples, Florida.
Naples, Florida. I'm
Yes.
betting it's warm down there this time.
Oh, I'm sure it is. No long pants for this girl or no jackets.
Have fun, enjoy. We'll, of course, we'll be back next week. And until then, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it very much. Go out and have a great week. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
I'm Vicki Wagoner. Thank you again for joining us. And remember, always be your own best friend.